Let me start by welcoming all of you to the banquet hall of the Abure State Government for the expanded stakeholder engagement or meeting. Today being Wednesday, the 4th day of September 2024. I want to thank you for allowing yourselves to be bothered this afternoon, leaving everything you were supposed to be doing today, traveling from far-flung places to answer this call. I am aware that a lot of people, or a few people, have kicked against this meeting. A lot of them did not understand the reason why the meeting was called. The meeting was called to deal with an existential problem confronting our party. The place from where I come, there is a saying that an elderly person does not stay in the house, and the goats will give birth in teethers. If you followed us, you will agree that we do not get interested in things that we should not be interested in. Since I joined this party in May 2022, there have been one problem or another. Every time that I intervened is to solve the problem. And I want to assure you and reassure you that my intervention in hosting this meeting today is to solve the problem which you all know, which I'm also going to explain briefly this afternoon. Like I said, I am very new in the party, but I have an interest, and my interest is to ensure the survival of the party. Other than that, I have no further interest. I don't care who the chairman is once he's the right person. I don't care who the secretary is once he's the right person. Everything succeeds and fails on the altar of leadership. And if we do not provide direction, then the party may as well disappear. And the platform under which many of us ran election and are serving our people will cave in. It's very easy to say, if the party wants to die, let it die, let's go to another party. But who tells you that where you are going to is not worse than where you are coming from? So I have refused to respond to all the attacks in the media, and I will never respond to them. But as stakeholders of the party who I respect, and if I didn't respect you, I would not invite you. And all the people that were threatening, including going to court to stop me, they didn't know that I have immunity. What we are doing here is just to save our party. Where we found ourselves is that as at the 8th of June 2024, the Abure-led National Working Committee has ceased to be recognized by the regulatory authorities. And there are a lot of implications. It means that from June 2024 till this moment, that our party does not have leadership. And 2 or 3 courses of action will be taken. One of them could be to go to court, just like Barrister Abure suggested, and begin to fight with INEC and everybody else. The only problem with that course of action is that you will know when the court process will start, but you will never know when it will end. And it may end sometime before the general election in 2024 and 2027. And if that happens, it means that everything, if it ended negatively against us, and Supreme Court pronounces that, like we know, that the tenure of that National Working Committee ended in June 2024. The implication is that every action that they have taken from that June until the day the matter is decided in the Supreme Court will be null and void. Some of you who are looking at contesting election, maybe by then they would have done primaries, submitted, and you will find that you will not be a candidate. And I'm not saying something strange. It had happened in Rivers State, for those of you who were here in 2019. It had happened in Zamfara and a few other states. Plateau. So, people say that a battle that is foretold will not consume, even delay, because you know it will happen. And of course, there are about 5 off-season or off-cycle elections that should happen any moment from now, including that of Anambra Senatorial District, where our brother Ifeanyi unfortunately left. Because INEC does not recognize the working committee, national working committee that existed. If they conducted primaries and selected candidates, they will not list those candidates in those off-cycle elections. You don't need to take my word for it. A few weeks ago, I called a meeting of chairmen of political parties. Our Barrister Abure went uninvited, and they excused him from that meeting. Just last Friday, another meeting held involving all the political parties. We were not even invited. I also have it on good authority that our party agents for the forthcoming Edo and Ondo governorship elections in November, who were selected or nominated by the same working committee, that the document had been trashed. So as we speak, we do not have agents for those elections that will happen in about 2 months' time. Okay, so we don't have agents. So, and I sat down and I consulted my leader. And I said, we can't sit down and let our party go to the dogs. And we consulted lawyers, people who are fast, in INEC matters and in political party matters. We are lucky to have Senator Victor here, who is a veteran chairman of a political party, which of course was the most litigious political party in Nigeria. So we consulted and we said the best way to do it will be for us as owners of the party to sit down. You can be in leadership of the party, but once owners come together and they don't agree with you, you are gone. So, and I must also say that before this time, I had engaged with the leadership of the National Working Committee to explain all these issues to them. So for me and for a lot of us that are here, we need to save our party. How do we save our party? We are not here to dissolve anybody. If by exclusion of time, your leadership has been rendered comatose, impotent, then you do not exist. So what we are here to do is to define a way forward. My engagement with people who know better than I do is that since INEC does not recognize the leadership, which I believe is right, because I've seen documents to the effect that an agreement signed by all the parties, including the Abure, that the party should organize an all-encompassing and all parties, all interests congresses, starting from the ward, through the local government, to the state, which will in turn lead to a national convention. I did tell the people who are fighting, when they organized a convention in Nnewi, I did ask who the delegates were and how they emerged. And that question has not been answered. So on the basis of that, it is very clear that things were not done right. So let us not move sheepishly into a hope that we know exists. So distinguished ladies and gentlemen, that is the essence of this meeting. It is my understanding that will be very swift and define a direction forward. I know I do have another time to speak, but I wanted to say everything that I wanted to say here, so I don't need to come back again. So distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me thank you once again for coming. Thank you for being part of this. Thank you for all the support. For us in Abia, it's all about governance, good governance. If you follow us, you will find that whatever is not right, we will not do it. That's our watchword. Is it right? Is that the way to go? Labour Party, just like elsewhere, should actually lead the way in good governance, because it's a government.
I want to drop my 1 cent, as we normally say on this space, about what is happening in the Labour Party. Though I'm not a member of the party, but I'm finding what is going on there very interesting. The shenanigans, I think that is the right word I'm looking for. That is what I would call it, that's happening in the Labour Party currently. Because, number one, P2P and Alex Otti, by the constitution of the party, they have no powers to summon a stakeholder meeting whereby the main purpose is to sack the national working committee, which is the neck of the party, of the chairman. They have no power. The party constitution did not hand over those powers to them. The only person that have the power to summon a neck meeting is the national chairman. It's very clear in their constitution. So if they were what they would have massacred the ego of the national chairman, allow him to call the next meeting, then in that meeting they go for a vote of no confidence on him. When they pass a vote of no confidence on him, then they use the numbers they claim they have to sack the national chairman right there and there. But then calling a separate meeting, calling it a stakeholder meeting and sack the national chairman and appoint, they lack those, they don't have those powers. They don't have the power. And when Abure, or if Abure decide to go to court, I bet you will win the case. What P2B respond?
Honorable members, labor leaders, let me very respectfully stand on all you and these simple goals. Your Excellency, I have to start by thanking you for that very, very detailed elucidation of our position, so that people know. And I thank various speakers, including Senator Nena. He told you that after going to INEC, he came to visit me. And I said to him, brother, I've listened to you, but I'm also consulting. And I thank you. The governor said it. We consulted, we discussed. And I thank him because I know what he has gone through before we arrived at this stage. It is not as if we just spoke up and called a meeting and say, come here, you know my own position as well. I've been called out of name, not serious, not weak. People say I should not present myself again because I'm not what you're voting. But I believe that we have to follow the process. And the governor, each time I come to him and say, please do this, please, and he did that. And when he says he goes through the law, or he does what is right, I believe him. Because I thought he consulted and everything. So, we're not here, like he said, all we're doing here is to continue that exercise of building. We're not here to resolve, we're not here to suspend or sack anybody. And like I always say, even in this new one we're doing, whatever we're going to do in future, everybody, including those who are not were part of yesterday, can participate. Everybody is free. We don't ask anybody. We just want to do it properly. So if you're a chairman in a state, you want to contest again, we'll vote for you or vote against you, whichever one. We're not saying you're no longer qualified. It's just simple. Just that we have to do it properly. That's what has been stated here. So I thank all of you, all of us that are gathered here. It's not going to be easy. Even after this meeting, we will still continue with meetings, reconciliations, everything. But we need to be on the right path. It is critical. It is better than the right path than negotiating. Look at our election now coming on. We should be in the campaigning and selling our market, not having meetings with party. And soon all of us, with what our government is doing here, we should be selling our market globally, not waiting and doing this. So we've resolved that we're going to move, and I know any thank a gubernatorial candidates. I'm sure what you've done is the work that by the time we finish, you just put it into your system and we'll conclude. Senior advocate, I think you have started the communicate. All we need is to put the bits and pieces and you conclude. And we'll just read and go. So don't remove the communicate. We're just going to give you ingredients you put in different parts and we'll move ahead. And we assure you we will do the right thing. And again, in going forward, I must appeal. In going forward, let everybody listen to this sacrifice. When we talk about dear governor have mentioned it about the issue of caretaker or issue of this. We're just trying to set up just a small committee that will help to do what we want, the right thing, which will be just a period of maybe 120 days. We want everything we're going to do to end as quickly as possible, so that we'll be able to know what we're doing. So we're not trying to set up another leadership. No, we're not trying to do this. It's just a system that will help to get to where we're going. That's what we want to do. Not another group that can become a problem for everybody, but a group that will solve the problem. And we want everybody to embrace this. That's what we want to do. So for us, having been here, LLC, our parents, I love that. What Mama, I like what you said. What you said was very good. Mothers, parents must go from time to time to know their children that they are doing well or not. I used to tell people that I had a principal who, for a time, who did not realize that the governor. So whenever I go to see him as governor, he hold my ear and said, I want you to listen what I'm telling you now. I said, no, Father, I'm a governor now. He said, listen to what I'm saying. What I say, I can't know. You know? So he's sitting down and said, okay. So I bend down in his old age. As friends, I will still hold my ear and be warning me. But that's because you never grow old where your parents are. So anyway, thank you for not allowing us to grow old. And remember, we are not trying to do the wrong thing. We are, like you said, we are trying to follow the law and do the right thing. And we're pleading to everybody who is listening to us and those who here, those who are not here. We want everybody to come together. We want it to work. That is why we're doing this. And I thank all of you who are gathered here. We're going to do one simple thing. We are saying we're going to set up a caretaker committee to be able to go into resolving this. And we're just going to do a 29-member committee. The reason is that the work is huge. We're talking about the whole federation. We're not going to do like Dr. Victor said. We don't want to say we are doing something in Kogi. We're not doing it in Kwara. No. We want to publicize that this party today is the third biggest party in Nigeria. And I can tell you, have the brightest future of all the parties in Nigeria. If we do the right thing. The other ones, people know them. We're the only people who are trying to offer something different. But we must manage it. So we have carefully selected this team, which will encompass the names. You will see it, just like you were invited, precisely published in the media and everything. But we're going to say how carefully this representative, so that everybody will be accommodated. We have selected, of course, NLC, 3 members to be part of this. Similarly with 3UC, to be members of this. Senators, we have 3 senators to be part of it. House of Rep, 4 members. House of Assembly, we have about same number, 3 members. We have to have a representative from the Northeast, Northwest, North Central, Southwest. 4 candidates for the gubernatorial, former governors, as gubernatorial candidates. That is how this committee, you can say 29 committee, which, as you know, caretaker does not have positions. We're only going to have chairman and secretary. The rest are people to coordinate. Remember, they have just work to do within a very short time. So we will ensure that everything is done properly. And this committee will be chaired by Senator Nenadi Usman. And the secretary will be Senator Darlington Okocha. That is what we want. I know that some of the people who are here will be surprised, especially Nenadi. But we wanted somebody who is neutral, woman, so you'll be kind to everybody. You know, woman for everybody. So we don't want to more quarrel. We just want somebody. All we are saying is let things work. And we are pleased. And we continue to say we will continue to engage, move on, but we will get things right and show an example of what things are supposed to be. That is what we're here. We're not here for any other thing other than what do we do to be able to move forward. Governor told you I went to INEC. Students have told you we went to INEC. And we have also seen what is happening to us. I think we're all in agreement. Thank you and God bless you.